Well, hey, thanks for joining us for the bonus content for our Salt and Light message. If you haven't heard that message, go back. It was a special holiday message on July 4th where we had a great time, a shorter message, about 20 minutes. But we're moving into a new phase of Jesus' Sermon on the Mount. The Beatitudes is all about what a disciple looks like, and now Jesus is moving into what a disciple acts like. And so we talked about salt being a good flavor where we are creating a thirst for people to want and to know God. And then we talked about the light, that we are to reflect God's glory to other people. Now, if you are an In-N-Out fan, don't go back and listen, because I said apparently some disparaging things that I got booed and heckled at one of our services. And so they weren't a fan of what I said regarding salt and fries and different things, but we had a great time around God's word, diving in and digging into what being the salt of the earth, being the light of the world, what that looks like. Now, I've got a short bonus content for you, and it involves a challenge. Do you like challenges? I like challenges. I get pretty competitive where if people like to challenge me, I like to just go at it, and I love that element. In fact, my wife, Amy, and I, we cannot play that card game Spoons anymore because it creates rips in our marriage, and we actually put Scrabble on there as well because we get into crazy competitive arguments there, and so we get pretty up for challenges and pretty competitive. But I've got a challenge for you, and it's a Salt and Light challenge. Now, remember, Paul tells us in that message we just shared on this past weekend that we are to season our words with salt, and really our life should be seasoned with salt, that we're creating a thirst for people. And then Jesus tells us that we're not to hide our light under a bushel, right? Or a bucket, maybe in words today, where we're to have it just shining brightly from a hill. And so a Salt and Light challenge is this. It's simply to share your story with somebody else. Now think about that. Think about your story. Your story is unique to you. God spoke to you. Maybe it was through a coworker or a friend, a neighbor, a parent. Maybe it was a youth leader or a pastor growing up, or maybe even recently. But we all have a story that where we said yes to God, or we came to know God in our own way. And so here's the challenge to be the salt and light, and that's to tell that story to somebody else. Now think about when you were struggling, or when you were down, or maybe when you didn't know God. Somebody came to you and they shared their story with you. Maybe they prayed with you at work when you were going through a hard time, or maybe growing up you didn't know all the answers, and there was an adult, there was a teacher that came and they shared their story with you. And so Jesus, as he asks us, as he's encouraging us, as he really challenges us to be the salt and the light, is to go share our story with someone. So here's my question for you is, who can you share your story with? The Salt and Light Challenge is that we would share our story, seasoned with salt, to other people so that we're not hiding our light, and that more people around you, people in your neighborhood, people at your workplace, people that you come in contact with, that person you see all the time, that you're just like, man, I wonder if they know Jesus. Well, the challenge is to go tell them about Jesus. Share your story. Now, you don't have to be a theologian. You don't have to have gone to seminary or even have a title of pastor to share your story. We are all commanded to share our story with people. But we need to realize that it is up to all of us to share our story with who God's called us to, because you know people that I don't know. In fact, you'll be around people that I will never have the privilege of meeting because of maybe their extended family, or their people that you know in another area, or maybe people you work with. And so you have a responsibility to share that story with other people. So this week, church, let me encourage you to be the salt, to be the light, and to go share your story with somebody else. Have a great week. God bless. Thanks for watching.